Star Wars, a powerful and meaningful franchise that once stood the test of time, now squandered by fools fueled by greed. I am a true Star Wars fan and consider it my right to talk about what has been my experience over the years. Star Wars The Force Awakens. I remember when Disney first took over the franchise and the massive hype train swept across the internet. It was believed then that Disney would treat the franchise with care, that they would create a new trilogy aimed at all of the fans. Instead, what we ended up with was a new and repackaged version of A New Hope. A new rebellion, a new empire, new Darth Vader, and even a new Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. But like many people, even I tried to enjoy it under the excuse of it being made to bring new people into the fandom. After all, it had everything that made it appear like it was going to be similar to the original trilogy. The problem was that the movie lacked soul, it lacked heart, and it lacked vision. I am an avid supporter of the true Star Wars expanded universe before Disney got their paws on it and proceeded to viciously tear it apart. Before it was assaulted, Star Wars was not just a leading brand, but a leader of technology, storytelling, and entertainment. There was no one that could deny its power. Now it sits alone in the darkness, as its once grand stone walls come crumbling in on itself. Since then, we have seen every piece of what once made Star Wars the unstoppable juggernaut that it once was, slammed against the rocks with a fury that can only be described as corporate ineptitude and the stupidity of overprivileged fools that have become nothing but easily manipulated tools for the very thing they claim to fight against. This is not an attack video, so much as an expression of raw emotion. It's something that should be held dear to all. Imagination, love, and hope. Why is it people allow themselves to be so easily controlled by corporations such as Disney, who continue to shape everything that was once good into an empty bucket where they can still feel the gold that you drop so willingly into it? Why is it that we need a Fandom Menace? Is this a character that we are supposed to care about? Is this what the myths and legends of our ancestors have come to? Is it so alien to understand why this inspired a generation? Why people look up to these characters? It isn't just that they are cool, it's that they are real in the sense that people can relate to them. This is where it all starts. To disrespect what came before is to have no respect for what you yourself are making. Why buy a franchise if the only reason is to erase it and replace it with nothing of note, nothing of character? Like all things, keeping a brand alive takes effort, real effort. Stop hiring hack directors, stop hating on the fans, stop being stupid, and actually put some thought and heart into it. Even just a little goes a long way, otherwise you will only destroy everything you have built. Enough of this talk of franchise fatigue. The only franchises that people are fatigued of are ones that are constantly rebooted with no real love for what made the original great. Hollywood is dead, and its corpse continues to grasp onto a long-gone golden era that has since become outdated and replaced with cookie-cutter versions that continue to be pumped out on an assembly line year after year, ever reaching for the next generation that just may not know any better. I myself was always mesmerized by the stories that creators continued to make long after the movies were over. Star Wars was kept alive even after Return of the Jedi, but not just George Lucas, but countless others who were passionate and held a love for what they were doing. Did they do it for financial gain? Of course they did. But they respected the fans, and they respected that What they were adding to was a shared universe where their characters shared that with everyone else's. There are those that claim the expanded universe in all its glory was ridiculous, a joke at parts, that it somehow needed to be replaced. This is not the case. It made room for everything that came before it and everything that came after it. So let me just ask one question. What is it that people were willing to spend their money on? What is it that you, yourself, are willing to spend money on?